You would think that in an information age where there's such an easy ability, in an information age where it is so easy, I should say, to collect information, to store it on computers, to manipulate it, to track it. I mean, it's so simple, right? Yet, it still blows my mind how many people do not collect donor information. It's almost incomprehensible. And I'm sure a lot of you watching this video are guilty of this. So I'm speaking to you. Let me give you some examples. I always talk about, a lot of us shop at Walmart. And so as we walk in and out, we see the table there and the organizations who are accepting donations or selling candy or even with the Girl Scouts and Boy Scouts. And you walk by. So here they've taken all of this time and energy, gotten the group together, reserved the opportunity to have the table there. They've set up. They have the products. The whole mechanism is set up. And you go by and they ask you if you want to buy some cookies or if you want to contribute. And so you're walking by, and as a matter typically of impulse, you or your love for those Girl Scout mint cookies, whatever they are, thin mints, whatever. I have an obsession with them. Obsession. You give them some money, and they give you some cookies, and you walk away. Am I the only one that can't see what's missing here? Someone just gave you money. You show a little love by buying their cookies. And they showed you some love back by providing those cookies back. And after all that effort, you let a potential future donor walk away. They just walked away. Oh, you might have said, thank you, we appreciate it, goodbye. But you have no way to contact them. What's the point? So you're going to make a buck off the box of cookies? I don't know if y'all make that much. I think they only make 75 cents. You make make a little bit of money off the cookies. And yes, the kids had the experience, Yes, you gave up your afternoon to be out there. But that's it. It ends right there. It began there, and it ended there. No relationship. None. There's not even a coupon inside the box of cookies that says, fill this out, we want to know more about you. Nothing. Nothing. This is no way to do effective fundraising. So, make it a commitment now from this moment on that you will not accept a dime from somebody unless you at least ask. And they don't have to give you the information. They can just write it down on a piece of paper, or they can give it to you and you can write it down. But have a pad of paper there on a notebook, a couple of on a clipboard, a couple of clipboards with some pads of paper at the top. Name, email address, phone number. Ideally, you want to get all three, but at least get a phone number or an email address, because effective fundraising, long-term fundraising, where you're not reinventing the wheel over and over and over again with every event and every cookie sale. You may think it's proven because, oh yeah, we've got a plan now. We do this every year. Well, what if at some point you didn't have to do that? Or you could do that and it was just fun because you actually collected enough names and email addresses and phone numbers and brought those people into your donor pool, and you communicate with them throughout the year, and you give them the opportunity to buy not only those cookies, but to contribute to a special trip that the girls are going to go on, or to contribute to something that the food bank needs, or whatever your organization is. I mean, you churches out there, you're raising money, and you're not getting names and phone numbers and emails. I mean, I think I can assume that the reason the church exists is to spread a message of goodwill and peace and salvation. That's a lot easier to do when you can contact the person after they just gave you some money. I'm trying to think what other kinds of organizations we work with. Schools. I don't care who it is. For you to take a contribution without getting their information and then recording the information, and as you'll find out in a future video, how much you asked for and how much they gave you is the key to emerging from being an organization that struggles for money or counts pennies to being an organization that has the money to do almost anything you want. So when you're engaged in that activity where there's a transaction or there's any meeting of any type, even if money doesn't exchange hands, even if that person says, I don't want to give today, still ask, may we put you on our email list so we can tell you more about us? Reach out, make the contact, make relationship possible. Make relationship possible. And you do that by asking for this contact information, because not only will you be able to use it, as I was beginning to say earlier, to identify spikers, those who give more than what you ask. There's another whole video on that. But it's the way in which you develop the entire relationship. And through that relationship, you'll be able to identify who gives what, how they give, their behavior. You can reach out to them in the future. How many times they reach back is how you respond to them. There's so much that gets wrapped up in this information. So make it a rule, a law within your organization. Never go anywhere and talk to anybody or do any event or any PR event. Don't do anything unless you have a couple clipboards, a couple pads of paper, and some pens, and get the contact information so that you can begin a real relationship with someone that you can carry on for years and years. See you in the next video.